Hey everyone, this is Greg Highsmith, and today I'm going to take you through an update to our Synrgy360 story. When we introduced Synrgy360 at URSA 2012, we had a product story that focused on modularity, integrated storage, and the complete solution. And all this is true, but I don't think that's why the product attracted such huge crowds at the trade shows like this demo at FIBO. Based on the feedback that I've gotten, I think there are three major themes behind the success of Synrgy360. The first is it's consistent with the market trends. When you look at the ACSM top trends for 2013 that's just out, you can see that those top 10 trends are all pretty much handled or addressed by Synrgy360. Strength training, body weight training, personal training, functional fitness, core training, group personal training, but then even educated and certified and experienced fitness professionals. That's what this product is for. It facilitates their work. Working with children and obesity, working with fitness programs for older adults. All of these things can be accomplished with the Synrgy360. Second is the appearance. I think that when people first saw the unit, it was appealing. When compared to the other multifunction body weight stations, the Synrgy360 is just so much more refined. And this is a big unit. So for something that's going to be this prominent in your facility, you really want it to look great. You don't want it to look like something that came out of a garage. And then last is it's fun. It's engaging. It's like going back to the playground. And I think that that is something that's so appealing to people today, looking for something new for their fitness training. But what's limited the potential of Synrgy360? First, I think the perception. The perception that it's only for personal training and small group training. And also that it's only for high intensity and for people who are already fit. I think that there's a reality that size has been a limitation. So our goal in the phase 2 of this project was to figure out how to eliminate all of these limitations. I think it's important to come back to the Synrgy name itself, since that really does a great job of describing what's so unique and compelling about this product. Synrgy, the interaction of two or more agents or forces so that their combined effect is greater than the sum of their individual effects. So the idea of synergizing different types of training goals, different types of applications, different types of exercises, and different types of end users, all into one concept. In terms of training goals, Synrgy really allows you to address and combine essentially every element of fitness. Cardiovascular endurance, stamina, strength, flexibility, power, speed, coordination, agility, balance, accuracy, all of those things can be addressed with different types of Synrgy training programs. Synrgy360 facilitates lots of different styles of applications. Personal training, one-on-one or one-on-two. Small group training, one trainer with 4 to 10 clients. Or individual training, self-service by users who are familiar with those types of exercises and want to train on their own. Another way to look at applications is it facilitates time-based training, training for a specific period of time within a particular area and then moving on, or more traditional repetition-based training. The product mixes popular exercise modalities all into a Synrgy workout. So we've synergized multiple different exercises into a single platform. Cable training, TRX suspension training, kettlebell training, Body weight training on dips or chins or the step, med ball training, boxing, resistance band training, stability balls. So just about anything that you would want to do as a personal trainer or as an individual not on a single station machine can be accomplished with Synrgy. The other thing that we have brought together is multiple different types of users. The product can address end users from a performance perspective, but also for youth. Because there's not a machine that you have to have sized, and because it's all about fun, it's a perfect platform for exercise for youth. And then for those individuals looking to get fit, because the exercises address activities for daily living, and the exercises are scalable to any fitness level, it's a great platform for health users. So we have one concept with an unlimited potential. Well, it's not completely unlimited. When we introduced the product, we had the Synrgy360X and the Synrgy360S. And even with the smaller 360S, there was a lot of people who said, I just can't fit the product into my facility. So that's where the size issue comes in. Before we start talking about the new configurations, I thought it was important to really look at live area versus the footprint, because this is something that became fundamental in the analysis of how we could create smaller units. As we studied and plotted the different exercises, it became clear that the space desired for each area wasn't really dependent on the specific space of the unit. Each had exercises which needed about the same maximum space. And that space turned out to be a square of about 11 feet by 11 feet, including the structure for the space. So with this in mind, if we take a look at the Synrgy360X, we have 4 of those boxes, plus the space in between for the TRX zone and the monkey bars, which results in an overall recommended space of 27 feet by 27 feet. You can see that I've indicated there are 8 distinct training spaces on the 360X. This doesn't mean 8 exercisers. Depending on the exercise, as many as 3 people can actually exercise within a single training space. But talking about training spaces is a better way to look at the capacity of the unit than maximum exercises, since that varies by the exercise being performed. One more thing about the 360X. With the addition of the new configurations, the name of this product is going to change to 360XL. You'll understand as I move on. So our first new configuration is the 360XM. We push the spaces together to eliminate the TRX training zone while retaining the monkey bars, although the XM has 7 bars as compared to the 10 for the XL. Don't worry about losing the TRX training zone, as you can perform suspension training exercises within the spaces or from the monkey bars if desired. The base unit footprint of the 360XM is similar to that of the 360X, but really we should be less focused on the product footprint and more focused on the optimal training area required. In this case, the live space is reduced by 5 foot in one dimension as compared to the XL, so it is 22 feet by 27 feet. When moving from the 360XM to the 360XS, we lose the monkey bars and move from 6 training spaces to 4. The monkey bars are one of the elements which represents play, but in reality, they do add quite a bit of space as compared to the number of exercises which can be done in that area. In person, I think you're going to be amazed by how much smaller the 360XS is as compared to the 360XL. It really feels a lot like a functional multi-jungle. That said, the live space required around the unit is obviously bigger than a multi-jungle. This view of the unit as compared to the 360S really shows how much more compact the unit is than our previous smallest offering. The footprint is actually about half the size of the 360S. The recommended user space for the 360XS is 22 feet by 22 feet, effectively 4 of those 11 by 11 training squares that we talked about earlier. If you remember, we originally said that the 360S recommended user space was 17 feet by 20 feet. We need to revise that user space recommendation. In order to perform all of the exercises, you would actually want an area 22 feet by 28 feet using our new 11-foot square footprint. In the case of the 360S, those squares are rotated by 45 degrees. However, we're going to back off that recommendation a little bit and recommend a 23-foot by 23-foot area, understanding that this does compromise exercises that need more room away from the unit, like ropes, rip trainer, and rebounder. So the final new configuration is called the 360T, essentially one half of the 360XS with 2 training spaces. The unique aspect of the 360T is that instead of requiring access around the full unit, it's designed so it can be placed up against a wall. The 360T should not be pushed directly against a wall or you lose the capability to use the step and the dip stations. So we recommend that it be placed 16 to 18 inches away from the wall. This is a great module for personal training, physical therapy, or self-serve training. Think about a configuration with 2 pulley stations and 1 Versa. You effectively have a dual adjustable pulley, plus storage for accessories and a location for suspension training. The other aspect offered by the 360T is that if a facility prefers to keep taller equipment up by the wall in order to keep the space feeling more open, then this is a perfect solution. That could be an important consideration for smaller facilities or facilities with lower ceilings. So recapping our entire Synrgy360 family, we start with the 360XL with a user space of 27 feet by 27 feet and 8 training spaces. The 360XM with a recommended area of 22 feet by 27 feet and 6 training spaces. The Synrgy360S, training area 23 feet by 23 feet and 5 training spaces. The new Synrgy360XS with a recommended space of 22 feet by 22 feet and 4 training spaces. And finally, the Synrgy360T with an 11 by 22 foot recommended training area and 2 training spaces. I think we now have a Synrgy solution for every facility. One word of advice. Now that you have units that will fit into just about any existing space and facility, don't just take the easiest path and choose a small unit. Remember that exercises and training modalities facilitated by Synrgy360 are a major trend that's anticipated to continue to grow. Facilities need to buy for today and what they need 5 years from now. The Synrgy360XL is still our flagship, still does the best job of being the icon within a facility showcasing their leadership and commitment to personal training, small group training, and just the idea of training with multiple different tools in a fun way. Shifting gears a little, one other focus of our team has been on some new training options for Synrgy. There are always going to be more ideas on what we could incorporate into Synrgy, so that will still be a future path for development. But we do have a couple of new ideas which are really interesting. The suspension chin bar option is being updated. The new version is going to allow you to center the TRX into space, and the handle diameter is increased from 1 inch to 1¼ inches for more comfort. The rock grip chin is a new option. The rock grips are a nice grip variation from a traditional bar, and the chin handle angles have been optimized to reduce wrist strain. You can still hang suspension straps from this station, even though it is not identified as a TRX training zone. We've added some more variety into the monkey bar area by adding handles with a larger offset. With the larger offset, it provides more options for the setup of the monkey bars. Previously, we really had three choices for the monkey bar configuration: all up, all down, or alternating up and down. Now you'll be able to set up other options which will allow the user to climb up and down up to 2 feet as they move across the monkey bars. You don't need to order these special. There are an additional 4 larger offset handles included with the XL and 3 with the XM. We will provide 3 or 4 suggested setups with the unit, and the customer can decide how they want to configure their monkey bars at the time of installation. A really fun new option that we've added is the power pivot. This option comes with a custom bar which enabled us to reduce the minimum resistance to 1/2 that of a traditional power pivot. This really opens up the exercise for less fit users and also increases the exercise options possible. The bar can be disengaged and stored vertically when not in use. The option also includes a plate holder on the bottom tray in which to store Olympic plates. Something unique about this power pivot is the yellow guard you can see down near the pivot. This limits the range of motion of the bar so the user does not accidentally contact another user who might be using a dip or step connected to the adjacent U-links. Probably the most interesting new option is a connector boom, which allows us to attach 2 cable stations together. We're going to have a couple of different lengths. For example, one is specifically designed for connecting 2 360T units together in a racquetball court. So 20 feet total width, including the space between the unit and the wall to accommodate the dip and step options. Another is optimized for an international squash court, which is 21 feet wide. Connections are not just limited to the 360T units. Any Synrgy cable station can be connected to any other Synrgy cable station, so customers can really get creative with this. While the connector boom doesn't initially look all that interesting from a training perspective, think about the fact that this would then allow the facility to offer suspension training focused small group classes, which are very popular. Another interesting training twist when using a connector configuration is that the users are all located inside the structure as opposed to the other Synrgy solutions which place the units around and outside the structure. This really changes the dynamics of the training. So if you think about the space being about 22 feet by 22 feet, the same as a 360XS, but the appearance and the feel is very different. Overall, I think this connector option will allow you to leverage the smaller configurations into larger units, customized to the space and appearance desired by your customer. So you're probably thinking that with the new configurations and new options that this is going to be really difficult to order. Hopefully not. Let's start by looking at the 360T. We have pre-configured 5 different standard packages. Each of these 5 packages represent what we feel would be a really good solution for a variety of different facilities. Then each of these packages also has a pre-configured accessory package. The pricing tends to increase starting from the Versa package as the least expensive up to the mixed DAP as the most expensive. However, we did not focus as much on creating a price continuum as we did on making sure that each package was a good solution in its own right. If your customer has a specific configuration in mind, you can custom build the 360T, but the options are obviously more limited than the 360XL. There are 7 base units from which to choose. To that, you would add your desired product options and accessory products. Then if you want accessories, those would be added individually as desired. The 360XS has 5 different base units with 1 package based upon each of those base units. We think most customers will find a package that fits their needs within these 5 pre-configured packages. But if not, you would follow the same custom build strategy as the 360T. The 360XM has 3 pre-configured packages. If a customer wants to build their own 360XM, it's actually created from 2 360T units with a monkey bar in the middle. The pre-configured packages for the 360XL and 360S have been revised to take advantage of the new options available, and then the corresponding accessory packages have been updated as well. All of this information will be clearly detailed in our product information guide. Of course, the 360XL and 360S can be custom configured in the same manner as was previously available. In terms of flooring, a number of months ago we revised the flooring recommended for the 360 XL, which reduced the cost significantly. We are following a similar strategy for the new configurations, so look for more details on our custom flooring, as this is a really nice way to accent the Synrgy360 product. Speaking of flooring, one very important note is that all of the new configurations are required to be bolted to the floor. And because they are smaller and therefore less stable, they require a new style of dynamic anchor, which requires a concrete bolting surface. Most facilities will have concrete under their carpet or rubber or wood floors, but it's important to note that you will need to confirm the presence of a concrete floor for any of these new configurations. Okay, last but not least, education support. We have 3 different levels of education support available for Synrgy360, starting with the exercise videos available online. We've added to our original list of exercises, so now we have over 300 different exercise videos available for trainers or end users to view. Check them out on the Life Fitness Academy YouTube channel. Next, we have 2 product manuals to support Synrgy360. The first manual is the Fundamentals Manual, which covers the training basics associated with all of the exercise tools included in the Synrgy360 system. The second manual is the Small Group Training Manual. This covers the basics of training a group as opposed to one-on-one training. In addition, it describes how to create effective programs for small group training. Included in the manual are 5 sample programs, including stamina, strength, high-intensity interval training, peripheral hard action conditioning, and core activation. To augment the small group training manual, we have small group training videos which depict these different sample small group programs. These really bring to life the information contained in the manual, and you can see firsthand how the workout routines can be tailored to different goals and end users by using different work-to-rest ratios and types of exercises. Of course, the most effective way to support your customer is with an on-site training provided by a Life Fitness Academy master trainer. Nothing can replace the face-to-face environment, especially for a product such as Synrgy. We have 2 different workshops available with the same focus as the manuals which support them: fundamentals and small group training. That's it for this Synrgy360 update. It's a lot of information, but you can always listen again. Just joking. Congratulations for making it this far. There will be lots of support materials available to answer your questions. Thanks.